Spinach has been praised for decades as a superfood, loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that protect your heart, bones, and brain as you age. But here's the shocking truth most seniors have never been told. When you combine spinach with the wrong foods, it can actually create hidden dangers inside your body. Instead of strengthening your bones, it may block calcium absorption. Instead of supporting your heart, it may raise your risk of kidney stones. And in some cases, it can even interfere with medications that many people over 60 rely on every single day. Most seniors eat spinach thinking they're making the healthiest choice possible, but in reality, certain combinations can turn this leafy green into a silent health trap. Today, we'll uncover which foods you should never mix with spinach. After 60, why these combinations are risky, and what safer, smarter pairings can help you get all of spinach's powerful benefits without the dangerous side effects. Number 5. Spinach with dairy products. Many seniors are told for years that the best way to protect their bones is by eating more calcium. And what could be more natural than mixing spinach with cheese, milk, or yogurt? It seems like a perfect combination: leafy greens with plenty of vitamins and minerals, paired with dairy products that are rich in calcium and protein. Yet the reality is very different and far more dangerous than most people over 60 realize. Spinach is extremely high in oxalates, natural plant compounds that bind tightly with calcium inside your digestive system. When you combine the two, instead of your body absorbing calcium for stronger bones, a large portion of it becomes locked up in insoluble oxalate crystals. These crystals do not break down. They pass through your system and used, and over time they can contribute to the development of kidney stones. This means that the very meal you thought was strengthening your body could actually be quietly harming it. For seniors, this is particularly concerning because calcium absorption naturally decreases with age, while the risks of osteoporosis and fractures only climb higher. Instead of reinforcing bone health, the spinach-dairy combination often leads to a hidden loss of calcium, leaving bones weaker and more vulnerable. The problem does not stop there. Seniors who are already dealing with reduced kidney function face an even higher risk. Research has shown that when oxalates bind with calcium, they can form microscopic deposits in the kidneys, slowly contributing to painful stones. Kidney stones are not just uncomfortable, they can also be dangerous, especially for older adults, triggering infections or worsening kidney disease. Many people unknowingly put themselves at risk every day with meals like a spinach quiche filled with cheese or a spinach salad topped with yogurt-based dressings. These dishes may look healthy, but for someone in their 60s, they can quietly set the stage for long-term problems. Scientific studies have shown that oxalate-rich foods like spinach can reduce calcium bioavailability by as much as 1/3, and over years of repeated meals, this deficiency compounds. That missing calcium isn't easily replaced, and once bone density is lost in later life, it is incredibly difficult to regain. Number 4. Spinach with whole grains. For decades, seniors have been told that whole grains are the heart-healthy choice, and spinach is seen as the ultimate green superfood. So it feels almost intuitive to put them together. Think of spinach tossed into a bowl of brown rice, blended into a hearty wheat-based wrap, or baked inside whole grain breads. But here's the dangerous secret few people know. Both spinach and whole grains are packed with compounds called phytates and oxalates, and when eaten together, they can dramatically block the absorption of essential minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium. For seniors over 60, this combination is especially harmful because the body is already less efficient at absorbing these nutrients with age. The result is not just mild deficiency, but a slow, creeping depletion of minerals that protect bones, blood health, and even cognitive function. Instead of energizing your body, this pairing may leave you fatigued, weaker, and more vulnerable to conditions like anemia or osteoporosis. The danger is subtle because the foods themselves appear so wholesome. Brown rice with spinach may look like a meal straight out of a nutrition textbook, but the hidden effect is that the iron in spinach, already mostly non-heme and harder to absorb, gets trapped even further by phytates in whole grains. This means the oxygen-carrying capacity of your blood can suffer, leading to tiredness, dizziness, and reduced stamina. Many seniors dismiss these symptoms as just aging, never realizing that their healthy-looking diet may be part of the cause. Clinical studies confirm that phytates can reduce mineral absorption by up to 50%, and when combined with spinach's oxalates, the effect is magnified. Over years, this can mean significant losses in bone density, reduced immunity, and slower wound healing, all of which are critical issues for seniors. What makes this especially concerning is that most seniors are encouraged to increase fiber intake, often through whole grains. At the same time, they are told to add more leafy greens like spinach. This overlapping advice, though well-intentioned, can backfire when the two are consumed in the same meal. Number 3. Spinach with red meat. For many seniors, a plate of steak with a side of creamed spinach or a spinach salad topped with strips of beef feels like a hearty, nourishing meal. After all, red meat is famous for its iron content, and spinach is often praised for the same reason. But here's the unsettling truth. When eaten together, this combination does not double your benefits. It actually creates a nutritional conflict inside the body. Red meat contains heme iron, which is easily absorbed, but spinach contains high levels of non-heme iron and oxalates that interfere with the absorption process. The oxalates in spinach can bind to the heme iron from red meat, reducing how much your body can actually use. For seniors over 60, where iron balance is delicate, this can lead to hidden problems. On one side, too little absorbed iron raises the risk of anemia, causing fatigue, weakness, and even memory issues. On the other side, red meat itself can contribute to inflammation and cardiovascular strain when eaten frequently, especially as arteries stiffen with age. The danger lies not only in reduced absorption, but also in the strain this pairing puts on the digestive system. Spinach is high in fiber and oxalates, while red meat is heavy and protein-dense, requiring strong stomach acid to break down. Seniors often experience decreased stomach acid production as they age, which makes this duo even harder to digest. Instead of nourishing the body, the combination may lead to bloating, indigestion, and a sluggish feeling after meals. Long-term, this digestive stress can impact nutrient assimilation across the board, leaving seniors malnourished even when they think they're eating well. Researchers have also pointed out that diets high in both oxalates and animal proteins may increase uric acid levels, potentially worsening conditions like gout, a painful joint disease especially common in older adults. Many seniors fall into the trap of believing that a steak and spinach dinner is a classic, powerful meal, when in reality it quietly undermines both iron utilization and joint health. Over time, this can mean weaker energy levels, reduced muscle repair, and a higher risk of cardiovascular disease, even in those who are trying to eat responsibly. Number 2. Spinach with nuts and seeds. At first glance, spinach tossed with almonds, walnuts, or sunflower seeds seems like the perfect superfood salad for seniors. Nuts and seeds bring healthy fats, plant protein, and crunch, while spinach adds fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. Yet when combined, this duo can quietly sabotage nutrient absorption in ways that are particularly harmful after 60. Both spinach and most nuts and seeds are rich in compounds called oxalates and phytates. These bind with vital minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc, preventing the body from using them efficiently. For a senior, whose bones are already more fragile and whose immune system requires steady mineral support, this can create a slow decline in strength, resilience, and overall health. Instead of boosting longevity, a spinach salad covered in walnuts or almonds may leave your bones weaker and your energy lower over time. The risks don't stop there. Nuts and seeds are naturally high in phosphorus, and when combined with spinach's oxalates, the body can end up overloaded with compounds that increase the risk of mineral imbalances and kidney stress. Older adults are especially vulnerable to kidney issues, and the regular consumption of spinach nut pairings can quietly add to that burden. On top of this, many seniors already take medications that influence mineral balance, such as diuretics or blood pressure drugs, and the reduced absorption caused by oxalates and phytates makes those drugs' side effects more pronounced. What looks like a healthy meal, spinach sprinkled with pumpkin seeds or blended with almond butter in a smoothie, can lead to subtle warning signs: brittle nails, slower wound healing, muscle cramps, or constant fatigue. Clinical studies show that phytate levels in nuts can cut zinc and calcium absorption nearly in half, and with spinach's oxalates in the mix, that effect is compounded. Over years of healthy eating, the outcome may be weaker bones, lower immunity, and greater vulnerability to fractures or infections. What makes this particularly dangerous is that seniors are often told to replace red meat and processed snacks with salads and nuts, believing it's the safer choice. Without knowing the hidden risks, they may actually be reducing the very nutrients their aging bodies need most. Number 1. Spinach with certain medications. This is the most dangerous and least understood combination for seniors over 60 because it can turn a simple plate of spinach into a silent threat. While most people think of spinach only as a food, they forget it is also a biochemical powerhouse, loaded with vitamin K, oxalates, and nitrates. These compounds interact directly with some of the most common medications prescribed to older adults. The biggest concern is with blood thinners such as warfarin. Spinach is extremely rich in vitamin K, a nutrient that helps blood clot. 4. Someone on a medication designed to prevent clots, like warfarin, a sudden increase in spinach intake can counteract the drug's effects, raising the risk of strokes, blood clots, or even heart attacks. What makes it worse is that the effect isn't immediate. It builds quietly, leaving seniors believing they are eating healthy, when in reality they are undermining the very treatment keeping them alive. The risks don't stop with blood thinners. Spinach can also interfere with blood pressure medications and diuretics due to its high potassium content. Seniors who eat large amounts of spinach while on these drugs may develop dangerously high potassium levels in the blood, a condition known as hyperkalemia. This can lead to irregular heartbeats, muscle weakness, and in severe cases, sudden cardiac arrest. On top of that, spinach's oxalates can interact with calcium supplements or thyroid medications, binding the active ingredients and reducing their absorption. For seniors already managing delicate health conditions, this can cause medications to fail silently, leaving them vulnerable to fractures, thyroid imbalance, or uncontrolled blood pressure. Doctors frequently warn patients to keep their vitamin K intake consistent. Yet many seniors think of spinach as a harmless vegetable and don't realize how powerful its impact can be. The result is often confusion, a blood thinner dose that seems to stop working, a sudden spike in blood pressure, or lab tests showing unexpected mineral imbalances. The scariest part is that the spinach medication interaction is invisible in day-to-day life. A senior may enjoy spinach salads all week and feel fine, only to end up in the emergency room with a clot or heart issue weeks later. Studies have documented that inconsistent intake of vitamin K, rich foods like spinach, is one of the leading causes of unstable warfarin treatment in older adults. Yet because spinach has such a healthy reputation, these warnings often go unheard. For seniors over 60, mixing spinach carelessly with prescription drugs is the #1 risk, not because spinach itself is bad, but because it's powerful. Nutrients can collide with life-saving medications in ways that are unpredictable and dangerous. It's the kind of silent trap that hides in plain sight, turning a so-called superfood into a hazard when paired with the wrong pills. Spinach will always be one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables we have, but as we've uncovered today, seniors over 60 cannot afford to treat it as a harmless side dish. When paired with the wrong foods or taken alongside certain medications, spinach can shift from being a protector of health to a hidden saboteur. Mixed with dairy, it blocks calcium and leaves bones weaker. Combined with whole grains, it traps iron and zinc, draining energy and immunity. Eaten with red meat, it disrupts digestion and worsens inflammation. Tossed with nuts and seeds, it silently robs the body of minerals needed to prevent fractures and infections. And most dangerous of all, when carelessly consumed alongside prescription medications, it can counteract life-saving treatments and increase the risk of stroke, clots, or heart failure. For seniors, every one of these risks adds up quietly, year after year, until what seemed like healthy eating suddenly shows up as brittle bones, kidney stones, low energy, or dangerous hospital visits. The truth is, spinach is not the enemy. It is how we use it, and with what we pair it, that decides whether it heals or harms. Seniors should not fear spinach, but they must respect its strength. The leafy green that once seemed simple is, in reality, a potent chemical package, capable of altering the way nutrients and medicines work inside the body. That is why awareness is the greatest defense. Knowing that calcium-rich dairy is better taken at a different time than spinach, that whole grains and leafy greens should not always share a plate, that moderation matters when combining animal protein and oxalates, and that medication schedules must be carefully balanced with diet. These are the choices that protect health after 60. The older we get, the less room there is for careless mistakes. Every nutrient matters. Every medication matters. Every meal matters. Seniors who learn to separate spinach from its risky pairings can continue to benefit from its fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins without inviting the silent dangers that come from poor combinations. The takeaway is not to ban spinach, but to respect it as a powerful food that demands strategy. If you are over 60, think twice before mixing it freely with whatever lands on your plate. And above all, if you take daily medications, always speak with your doctor or nutritionist about how spinach and other high vitamin K foods fit into your diet. The right knowledge could be the difference between protecting your body and slowly undermining its. Oh, now I want to hear from you. Were you surprised by how dangerous some of these common combinations can be? Have you ever noticed strange side effects when eating spinach with other foods or while on medication? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-saving health tips tailored for seniors. Because at this stage of life, small adjustments make the biggest difference, and awareness truly is the best medicine.